It was, yeah. Every generation has its problems, but definitely back then, they had their own set of problems. We have our own different set of problems nowadays, because of everything that we have, internet and all that.
Exactly.
But I don't know. We're gonna get into it.
Well, I already started.
Oh, you already started? What? Are you serious?
Are we going back over it? Or are we starting on
So we're
part 2?
Yeah, go ahead and explain.
we're just gonna go back a little bit to the misogyny section, like does the Bible hate women, and then we should be able to get through the rest of this today. So everyone, welcome back. For those of you who have been gone, and we all missed you so much. We were praying for you, just a little bit. One time, but
No. The prayers were working. I didn't go find him. I didn't go find Chris.
Thank goodness.
That's funny because I prayed for you guys one time too. So it's an equal balance.
There you go. So we've been asking some tough questions that people have about the Bible and culture. So, like I said, we started this last week. We asked the question, does the Bible promote slavery, genocide, and misogyny? So we already talked about slavery and genocide. And no, the short answer, the Bible does not promote slavery or genocide. Believe it or not. These things did happen. They are talked about in the Bible, but doesn't mean the Bible is promoting it. So I won't get into that too much because we did talk about it last week. But short answer, no. Now, we're going to talk about women. And we started talking about it last week, but we
didn't have enough women.
didn't have enough next week. Once again, the conversation was dominated by men.
Yeah. So it was just kind of, we figured we would just since we now have 3 women.
Oh, yes.
And 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
5.
So I'm just going to shut up, and we're gonna have the women lead this. Try to be really, progressive here.
No, we needed perspective.
We do need perspective, though, because I don't understand it. So, the main question is up here at the top here, the core objection. So some people will say the Bible was written by men for men in a patriarchal culture, and it shows. Women are property, told to be silent, and kept out of leadership. Christianity is just a tool of male oppression. Now, to me, that doesn't sound too bad, but to women, it might be.
Dude,
Great way to start
every week.
off.
Awesome.
Every week.
I know. I'm just
But
kidding.
Maddie made a good point last week where, because there's books like Ruth and the other ones, Esther and...
Yeah, they do, a lot of the Bible does have, their own stories of just, the women's perspective and how God walked with them. And then the other point I brought up with the women being quiet in church, that was because in Jewish synagogues, they disrupted the sermons asking men their husbands questions, even though they were separated in the synagogues.
Thank you, Alexis.
So it was just kind of I'm talking, please be quiet, and ask these questions after instead of during, interrupting.
I love that you mentioned that because I never knew that before. So on this next page here, there's a verse.
You gotta the top
In-
and that.
Oh, yep. Let me pull this up real quick.
I would have never figured that out.
Once again, mansplaining. Oh, wow. We were just terrible here. So the verse that Maddie was talking about, so it's 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 34. It says, this is Paul. He says, "Let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law." So when you hear this verse, keep your women silent in churches, do not permit them to speak. I mean, at first glance, you're like, "Wow, Paul, like that's
From
kind
a
of
woman
crazy."
perspective, I'd say it's because women are really chatty. I get it. We like to chat.
We speak fluent Japanese.
Yeah.
No,
Japanese.
In general, you know. Like,
What's he saying? I didn't get that. Can you explain that to me?
So yeah, what Maddie was saying is like basically, so like you're sitting in church, and then you have the speaker up front or the pastor, and then the pastor's like saying these verses and trying to explain, and then the women are going to their husbands and like, "What did he say? I don't know. Let's talk about it.
He said that Jesus turned water into wine.
Maybe he said that. I don't know." You know, and then they go off on like 65 different tangents. You know,
you're trying to watch
But-
a movie, and she's like,
let's pause and talk about it.
This might actually be like a universal thing.
Or she's about to talk about the art.
Yeah. And it's like, you know, I mean, it's just most women, I'm not saying every woman, but, you know, they do like to talk.
I got a.
They be yapping.
I got a good example.
Yes.
You and your partner are both watching a movie for the first time, and you're asking, "Who's this actor? I know them from somewhere. Let me look it up." Oh, what did he like? What did he say? What is he gonna do?
What's going on? And it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know yet.
Why is he doing that?
Why is he going over there? As you're both watching the movie for the first time.
Oh
What's
my
that guy's
gosh.
name? What did he say? Why is he saying that?
What's his name?
That's so funny. Yeah. But that's, you know, and that's, men and women are different in those ways. But I think the point of the thing is, like with this verse, it's not saying like women must never speak in churches. Like that wasn't the point of what he was trying to say. It's just like, maybe shut up and listen to the pastor, and then afterward talk about it. Maybe just listen, you know?
Focus like how everyone is. You know, we're all students learning.
Yeah.
I mean, this is kind of relates to the topic. My sister and I have talked about, you know, just gender roles and stuff. And something that that she actually said that I honestly was really convinced was true was there's, you know, she used a reference in the Bible to the two brothers.
Cain and Abel?
Yes.
Oh.
So like, you know, one was really masculine and rough, and the other one was like, he was very timid and soft and all of that. And I think that plays into everybody. Like there's women who are really who are meant to do very rough, hard things, who are very determined, you know, able to lead businesses and all these things. And then there's men who, you know, kind of are similar in that way. So I do think like even choosing a partner, having those dynamics kind of complement each other is good. But I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, because, yeah, obviously not everyone's the same. And like even for me, I mean, I'm just going to bring up like personally for me is, I never felt like a manly man growing up. You know, it was like, I don't like being out there chopping wood or doing all this
Yeah, but
stuff, you
Chopping
know.
wood is
that's not what I really
Chopping wood, you know. I'm out there at 5 years old, you know. Gotta get wood for the campfire, you know.
Justin, I grew up in a city. I couldn't even chop wood. And I was still doing guy stuff.
But that's my point. I wasn't necessarily doing that. Like I was like playing with dolls. Maybe. When I was like
Yeah, your
5.
sister is more of a man than you are.
I know. I'm not gonna lie.
To be honest, I got 5 women. They definitely are.
Just catch me.
I mean, you're not still playing with dolls, though, right?
Just something.
Okay.
He's not telling anybody.
Do you have a doll of all of us where you're like,
Why do you think he has the picture? You need a reference.
that's so creepy.
We're getting besides the point. All right. We're here to talk about enough talking about the men. All right. So back to Maddie's point. The Old Testament in particular has several books written about women. So the story of Ruth, the whole book of Esther, Deborah, and then, you know, you think about Jesus, like Jesus was, he was constantly defending women and constantly like letting them into his life and, you know, just uplifting them essentially. If you know the story of Jesus and the woman at the well, it's a really popular one.
Also was the first to reveal himself to women.
Yes. Yeah, they were the first ones to see him after the resurrection.
And the woman that was like adulterous, and he said not to
Mary Magdalene.
throw the stone at her.
Yeah. Yes, and I brought that one up last week too.
She was the one who first showed himself to as Mary Magdalene.
Sorry, I was
I think it was.
confusing one as something else.
I think you were hearing two conversations at once.
Yeah,
Yes.
very much.
But yeah, so constantly, and this is during a time like when Jesus was around, you know, women couldn't testify in court. A really big thing, they weren't taught anything. Like they were not in school essentially. They were not being taught the Bible. Most of the time it was
Their
husband.
the husbands or the fathers that were responsible with teaching
Yeah.
the family.
Like, so the boys would go off to school at that time and then the girls would stay home and maybe they'd be taught.
They were supposed to be taught everything that the boys were taught, but they were supposed to be taught by their family members.
Right. They're probably mostly taught to like cook and clean and stuff though.
No,
Oh.
they were taught the same things that was taught in the synagogues, but the women weren't allowed in the synagogues
I didn't know that.
or the schools.
Oh. I didn't know that.
They're supposed to know the law.
But it wasn't on the same level. It wasn't like,
No, they can't go and read like deep dive into the later books, but they need to know Torah.
yeah. Makes sense. But yeah, I want to throw it back to the women here. What do you think about this question? That like the Bible was just written by men for men,
They haven't heard the Bible.
and yeah,
I haven't read the Bible then. I don't know.
Men get the shit end of that stick in the Bible.
They really do. You kind of had it easier off in the Bible.
you think so?
At least the main stories.
Like, yeah, major stories.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's seems like more of a cultural thing, but definitely in the Bible directly, it definitely seems like men are the ones getting like the worst punishments of all. Like poor Job. Like, bro.
Job Yeah, Job had it pretty bad. Yeah, I would agree with that for sure.
But definitely, you could say society treated women worse back then, but the Bible.
Because they wanted control and they would teach each other the rules they wanted to enforce.
Mm-hmm.
Just like how people thought Mary like was a cheater or something, or like got pregnant before marriage.
Oh,
It
right.
wasn't really, that was just kind of like what people would expect. Like, oh, you just went off and did something.
That was a huge thing at the time, because, and especially during those times, it was like childbearing was so important, but it was like, obviously you had to do it, like if you did it outside of marriage, like that, you could literally die for that. You could be killed for doing that.
Stoned.
Right,
Stone.
very, very serious thing.
Like Joseph had a choice to call her out on that. Like he could have called her out on that and gotten her killed, essentially.
He was thinking about it. So he was thinking about leaving her, and then the angel
Yeah.
came to him.
Yeah, he was thinking about leaving her, quietly, but
Right, so that way it would pretty much spare her from hopefully a stoning unless somebody else ran their mouth.
right. So he was still trying to be honorable, but it wasn't until the angel talked to him that he was like, "Oh, it's Jesus."
It's my fault.
It's Jesus. But yeah, any other thoughts on this topic? I don't really want to go through all these verses, but I mean, we can go through them really quick, the difficult passages here. So, wives, submit to your husbands. What do we think about that? Let me pull up the verse. Ephesians 5:22.
Oh, didn't we pull up your dad's sermon last week?
We did. Should I do that again?
Sure, why not?
All right.
Right, because like the whole thing is that, you know, it's like there were these, you know, like instructions, but then wasn't it like immediately after that there was like twice the length for men?
Yes.
It's like, you know, yes, there is that, but
Yeah.
also it wasn't just sitting there and like the whole submit to your husband's thing, that alone is totally out of context.
I believe it is, right? Because it's more...
Because there is more to
It's-
that passage.
Definitely. That's with a lot of these verses. It just, something gets taken out of context, or, you know, you don't read the full verse, and then it seems like it's saying one thing, but...
Because pretty much like here to submit, it's pretty much just saying like be that support.
Yeah.
Raise them up.
Right. It's not that you're a servant.
Right.
Raise them up so they can raise you up.
So sorry, I'm trying to find it. Okay, this should be it, I believe.
The short.
God, it's
Is it a
bigger.
short? Yeah.
I got
Oh no, this is...
verses in like Ephesians that if like I'm able to, I would like to read just two.
Oh yeah, please.
verses. This is like right after it too. This is Ephesians 25 and then Ephesians 28. 25 says, "Husbands, love your wives, just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her." Then 28 says, "In the same way, husbands should love their wives as they do their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself." So
Okay. So yeah, the Bible's very clear. Love your wives. And then wives are supposed to respect their husbands. And when it says submit, I'm not going to be able to find the clip right now, but it's not like submit in the way that we think, where it's just like, you're just like, whatever you want.
Right.
It's a
not
different
bowing
word.
on your knees.
Because the word that they used wasn't actually submit. It was the Greek word for raise up, which can be translated to submit. If you take it literally into Latin, it's something similar to submit,
Interesting.
from what I remember your dad saying.
Okay. That makes sense.
Kind of see this in a societal issue that we have right now, where women are extreme. Not all of them, but there's a lot on social media. They're like, men are, you know, who cares about men, whatever.
Yeah.
But then they get mad when the other side happens, and then men objectify women and treat them like crap. And it's like, well, now we've got two sides.
Well, you've got like 1 billion girls on TikTok,
Yeah,
like,
doing
half
that.
naked and
Exactly,
doing
and that's not
stuff.
respecting your husband.
Oh my gosh.
And I've seen so
yeah.
many people too that will be like, I had a friend who had a boyfriend, and she would go out to the bars all the time, take pictures of herself with low cut stuff, and he'd be okay with it. But they would fight all the time. And I think that's not godly, that's not right.
No.
It's, you need to respect him, and you need to respect yourself. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, this is, I don't know.
So like,
It's weird.
to me, being a man, so like, I've always felt like it starts with us. You know what I mean? How is a woman going to respect us if we're not doing the right things that we should be doing? You know what I mean? So like, that's where I'm always like, in my head, like, you know, when I eventually hopefully get with someone and get married and all that, is like, how can I expect her to respect me when I'm not doing the things I'm supposed to be doing?
Or if you don't see yourself in a positive light to begin with.
Yes.
You can't expect someone to love you if you can't love yourself.
That's very true. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, because women are supposed to respect and whatever, all that stuff. But it does start with us too, and we have to. I think as men, and unfortunately, I just feel like a lot of men are just failing at it, where it's just like they're just not doing the things that they should be
Well,
doing.
the problem is that we as a society in the age we're in right now, all the men were raised to take women's word at face value, period. They're right no matter what. So,
Yeah.
and anything we do, if we're wrong, even if we don't think we're wrong. And it's not that everyone does it, but it's done on a societal level to where we're teaching men to not respect themselves so women don't have to respect us.
Yeah.
We're being shown that we have no value, so we're acting like we have no value.
Right. To be respected, you have to be respectable.
Right. Yeah, I feel like something is like culturally, it's like it's shifted over the last, however many
It's
decades.
since the 70s.
Since the 70s, yeah.
Since
like 50 years ago.
since the late 60s with the free love movement and the rise of feminism. It's destroyed. I mean, it's destroying
They always
the
do that.
family and the nuclear family, basically. But
Yeah.
and it is dismantled what they say is the patriarchy, but realistically, it's just society. It's always it's just a giant loop. We break down society, and women take charge, and then it fails, and then men take charge, and it succeeds, and then they get mad and they tear it down.
Well, I think I don't know. I think what I'm thinking is like women over the past, since the 60s or 70s, like you're saying, they've kind of almost felt like they've had to take charge, and then it's like,
They put themselves in a situation where they think they have to take charge.
so like, we have to take charge of this, so we're going to head all this up and lead all this. And it's like, I'm not trying to say that's wrong. It's just like, I don't think it's necessarily supposed to be that way. I'm not saying a woman can't be like,
emotional based.
right.
It should be both.
Yes.
The best times and the best things come when both work together in their own ways.
That's why the
so
old the saying that behind every great man is a great woman.
Yeah.
Michelle Obama.
No, that ain't no woman.
Oh, you believe that?
Michael Obama.
I've always questioned.
Man, shut up.
Another great man, another great.
Oh my gosh. That's so awesome. Wow. So yeah. Do we have anything else to talk about here? I don't know if we Yes, desperately.
We were working on next was the silence in churches.
So we did already kind of go over that with the silent in churches. Women just need to stop talking during church.
Or stop interrupting.
Stop it. All right. Yeah.
It's like their opinions matter, just time and place.
Right. It's like
That's with everybody though. It's not just women.
Yeah.
that's very true. And then the last one, we can go over this, and then I do want to move on to the next topic. But 1 Timothy 2:12 says, "I do not permit a woman to teach." Let me see if I can pull up that verse. "But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor do usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence." They really like saying that. So what does that mean to you guys? And he says, I'm not permitting a woman to teach in the church, he's saying, I think. Yeah.
Well, if you think about what I said earlier about women learning from their fathers and not from the actual teachers,
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense for a woman to teach because she's not getting all of the information. She's getting maybe a quarter of the information because she's only being taught with the fathers or brothers or whatever teaching them.
Mm-hmm.
And then coming in and trying to teach more people is just, you're not teaching them anything that they don't already know. So you're just talking, just to talk.
Could this also be like, trying to at least like preserve, dare I say, the roles, like the whole thing of like, if it's a man's duty to lead, especially his family, and to teach them, a woman shouldn't do that, because then that's pretty much like the woman now taking on the role of a man when, they already have a role to fulfill. It's like, hey, like,
That could be it for sure.
let's not get things confused here. Let's keep things going as they work, but not in a derogatory way. It's just like, pretty much like how Mark was saying it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, in the context of the verse, in the letter of Timothy, it says that like he uses an example of a woman teaching a man, and the one that he gives right after in Timothy 13 is Adam and Eve. That Adam let Eve teach him about the fruit, and it was the wrong decision. And then after
So women teach bad.
I don't know. I mean, you gotta think like that's how woman and man started in those two different ways.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Or do you think
It's totally
because
good.
men don't listen?
What? What'd you say?
Men listen too good.
Man, listen
He
good.
wasn't listening.
Yes. I'm not listening to a woman. What do you think? What?
I feel like you'll get hit upside the head if you don't listen to your mom.
Oh yeah.
She gonna get you.
Bam. Definitely. No, I do not. I don't mess with an angry woman. That's for sure.
What if you're the reason she's angry?
Oh,
That's gotta be a quote. That's gotta be like a Restoration Church quote.
If Tammy's coming, you go run.
Make a page like, this is the youth Bible study, and then that's at the top of the page. I do not mess with the angry woman.
Oh, we're gonna have a lot of quotes in there. Dingus, you know. That's blasphemy. A lot of good stuff.
Oh, no, the best quote of all. Jesus was a pimp.
Man.
Jesus was a pimp.
Oh, that is still. That's blasphemy.
Yeah, and then that's blasphemy follows it.
Oh my gosh.
I will never quote Jesus. Never. I have too much respect.
That's terrible.
That was his first day here. What?
Oh yeah.
That was Dean's first day here at Bible
Dean.
study. Who brought that?
I just saw him today too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him walking in as I was walking out. He's like, yeah, I got midnight. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, I wouldn't transfer from
We
but
got a lot to say about
we'll
this.
see. Like, oh.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready. All right. We're going to move on.
I did a read through all of it though. It's pretty good.
Okay, sweet. This is a very important question, guys, that I'm very excited to talk about. Is the Bible anti-LGBTQ
Yes.
plus?
Plus yes.
So let's just read the core objection here. This is something someone might say about the Bible. The Bible only condemns homosexuality because of ancient cultural bias. There are only 6 verses about it, and they're all misunderstood or mistranslated. Jesus never mentioned it. The church is just using the Bible to justify hatred.
Unfortunately, that's not the truth.
No.
Because homosexuality has always been there, and it's been a cultural norm throughout history in other societies.
Greeks.
Romans, Greeks, any major civilization, empire. There's always homosexuality. It's just a part of
But
it.
it also leads to a bunch of lust.
It was never as accepted as much as it is today, though. I would say.
No.
Yeah, that's
No, there is actually one case where that's not true. Is ancient Sparta. It was expected of.
expected.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because if you were going into battle with your lover, you were more likely to protect him than you were any random
Oh
friend.
my gosh.
That movie where it's like the 300 Spartans against all those guys. Those guys must have been crazy for each other.
Oh my gosh. 300 the greatest love story of all time. Chris, we missed you so much. Come on. That's so good. Oh my gosh. All right, so let's start with from the beginning. Genesis. We have a man and a woman, Adam and Eve. And this is how God started creation. This is how God started, human life.
It was perfect.
Yeah, it was perfect, They were naked, just chilling, having a good time, and then Eve,
Imagine being naked and not thinking you're naked.
Yeah.
How does that like?
That would be cool.
Would it?
Yeah, never having to worry about it.
Just be like, so
Just is. This is just
Yeah.
me.
It's on my cat floor.
Right.
Just putting clothes on it for the first time. Feel like,
I think that's why babies don't like wearing clothes.
yes. It is.
Do you think we sniffed each other's butts like animals do?
Oh.
I think it was that perfect. Wait, is that came out wrong? I'm going home.
Another for you.
Cut too much.
You just need to go back to simpler times, Come on now.
We can reinvent the handshake.
Get over here, you.
I can't wait to rewatch this episode.
Oh my gosh.
It goes really bad jokes at the beginning, normal, then really bad.
It just gets worse.
Really, really bad.
So, we see marriage introduced before the fall, before sin. This is just how it was. This was God's design. This was God's original design, right? One man, one woman becoming one flesh. And in Matthew 19, let me pull this up real quick. Jesus does talk about marriage here.
I think you found out about the pancakes.
Verse 4 through 6.
Oh my gosh, there are chocolate chips in these.
Jesus said, and he answered and said unto them, Have you not read that he which made them at the beginning made them male and female, and said, For this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall go to his wife, and they shall be one flesh. So, yeah, what therefore God hath joined together, let not man put asunder. So this was God's design. Man leaves his parents and goes to his wife, and they become one flesh. And then, we could talk about the Song of Solomon. That's a whole book about.
Well, I do have something to say. So one of the biggest arguments I would say that I've had is the part of the Bible where he says, "A man shall not lie with a man." Now, the argument was on the other side. He meant, a man shall not lie with a young boy, because it's mistranslated, and that's how it translates in Greek. Well, despite whether or not that word is man or boy, it still makes sense. Like, you cannot sleep with the same gender, but I do still question that, because I never really confirmed on my end if that really was translated differently, or if it can be translated differently.
We should look it up.
Ask Tim.
Find a Greek transcript.
Point too.
I could
Yeah, we
be
should-
wrong, but I heard, and don't quote me, this was on TikTok.
Oh boy.
I believe it already.
So there was this guy that was doing research on that specific part of the Bible, and he said way back when one of the church leaders changed it from not lying with child to not lying with men.
Really?
That would
Wait,
make a
really?
lot of sense.
Yeah. So I don't know what it's supposed to say, but apparently
That would make a lot of sense given the context of.
But there are two or three verses that directly speak about it anyway. So that was one out of the group, but I don't know. That was always a big one that it didn't necessarily stump me, but it did keep me from continuing on trying to defend myself on that part, because I almost just had no stance. I'm like, well, I don't want to lie, but I don't know.
According to this Reddit thread here. Wait.
No.
My favorite place to get it.
He's falling in the dark. So.
He says the idea that Leviticus said man shall not lie with a boy instead of a man is complete nonsense. And he puts the Hebrew word in question. And according to him, he says it just refers to the categorical sex.
Man.
Yes. We need to do more research on this stuff, but probably not just a Reddit thread. That might be better. I don't know though. I still don't think.
I mean, if you want to think about, you can also think of it like this. Historically, sexually transmitted diseases didn't exist until men started sleeping with men.
True. Yeah.
Have you guys seen the thing about like the new like AIDS coming from monkeys? And it was like you could either say that you had like some crazy blood contact, or you like actually had intercourse with the monkey, and the guy's like, it was just blood communication. I promise, guys.
Oh my
nothing crazy happened. But you know, the new form of AIDS originally came from
monkeys.
So
That's crazy.
Well, AIDS in general came from monkeys. Because in Africa, they do have sex with monkeys.
And that counts as sexual immorality because that's
Mhm.
bestiality. So that
Yes.
Yes.
Just like how I believe syphilis comes from birds.
What?
bro, that's crazy. Who's trying to explain that one?
Have you guys heard of the
No, don't bring it
the
up.
Indiana chicken guy?
Yeah.
Alright, the guy, yeah, right.
Oh my gosh.
I know there's one that comes from koalas.
So
Wow, these people just try it.
So, like, I think, like, all these points you guys are bringing up, though, it's like, we always see in the Bible, and I think to a lot of people who don't read the Bible, they're just like, oh, the Bible is just a bunch of rules, you know, it's just a bunch of stuff designed so we can't have fun, and we can't be free with our sexuality, you know?
That's pretty simple.
That's all I want to do.
If you're only reading the first 5 books, yeah, sure.
You like that voice? Yeah.
But once you get past it and into actual stories, it tells you what happens when you do these things.
AIDS, bro?
Wait,
The rest
you
of the
forgot about Sodom and Gomorrah. How
Yeah.
when the angels visit
Yes.
their two
Oh, yeah.
men, and then the people are trying to low-key crazy sight. Your angels sent down from God, and these guys are trying to like grab at you and be like,
They're trying to get angels.
yes, because they said we want to get to know you, which
I
translates
read
to sexual
that.
relations.
just freaky. Yeah.
And then they were like, they went up and told God, and God was like, yeah.
God's like, you
How
got
to get absolutely
That's
obliterated.
That's
and
insane.
Lot's poor wife looked back.
Well, here's the way I see it.
Ah,
You just
pillar
go
of salt. For real.
just go by their rules, one man, one woman, you will have no other problems because you're not going to have STDs.
Yeah.
You're not going to have kids out of,
Wait.
you know,
I didn't-
marriage. And, like, clearly, I don't know. Just like
It
all that
just-
stuff gets, you know.
It just comes back to, and so many people in the world nowadays are trying to change it, but like, men are created for a reason. We are biologically different for a reason, and women are created for a reason. Okay? Think about how men are created. Most of us are stronger. Most of us. And,
They're
you know.
okay. If you want to go on the biological level, men are born and grow to have more denser bones to take more damage.
Yes.
We are heavier and our muscle mass grows faster
Human shield.
to lift things heavier and whatnot. Women can, but usually it's a genetic mutation if they have higher bone density or stronger, denser muscles.
Wait, how do we get to that?
Just like the biology of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was just saying like how men and women's biology is just completely different, and you know, but it's for a reason. Like that's why we are created for each other.
Right. What's being stated in the Bible isn't anything that's supposed to be biased one way or another. It's not supposed to be this like hateful thing that people are trying to pass off.
I mean,
it's
you could
just
even
stated
do it
that
on a
men
s-
have their purpose, women have their purpose.
If you even look at the psychological effects of men and women, men, as a generality, if they see something cute, they protect, like a dog or a puppy or animal. They're like, their first instinct is protect, cute. And that's why women tend to be smaller and have softer features. Is it affects that part of the brain that's like, I must protect.
I did just take my psychology final, and I can confirm this.
Yes.
Like literally, like an hour ago, I just
Good timing, bros.
And now let's bring up the topic of cuteness aggression.
All right.
No, that's true though. It's very true.
Don't get a hamster.
But what's going on over here? I don't even know.
She's in danger.
Okay.
All right, let's ask a question here. Let's say I'm gay. I was born this way. I'm gay. Okay? How is that wrong? God made me gay.
Don't act on it. I would choose a life of celibacy.
So,
Okay, I do kind of have to. So, speaking from experience, I do not believe that you were born gay.
No.
I do not. I think
So that's the question,
you're
are you?
capable of quite literally anything, and if you get yourself to a point where you're getting into something, and this is homosexuality, this is drugs, this is incest, this is even child rape and stuff. You don't just become this way. You don't just. You're not just that
You're
way.
not made
You
this
become
way.
that way. Yeah.
It's-
You become obsessed with something, and you kind of. I don't know. It takes over. Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes you over.
Train your brain.
Yeah,
It's
and especially if it starts young, you don't know anything else. You
'Cause the-
cannot find a way out because you didn't know that you kind of were taken over before you even realized you were. So for me, for instance, I grew up with 5 sisters. I was feminine as hell. I didn't even know I was, and I was made fun of all the time for it. So over the span of time, when I got to puberty, I didn't really question much ever. I'm trying not to get into it too much too, because it could be a long story, but you tend to think that people are just born that way, but they're not. I did a lot of stuff that got me to that point where I was even more into it. And then even, I ended up getting married to a guy, and even from there, things got worse and things changed. I questioned if I was still a guy. I questioned if I was, there was so much. What my sexuality was, if I was just gay or if I was pan or whatever. And it just kept growing. So I think when you get obsessed with something, or you defend it to the point where you want to defend it to make it right, you'll believe anything. If you'll believe anything, you'll do anything.
That's very true.
So yeah, I've never believed that I was born that way, because I'm attracted to women, and I don't think it was something that it didn't just happen. It took time for me to really get there, and that was more in my pubescent stages. But I don't know, when you pray about it, when you really try to change, God changes you from the inside out completely. And I think that that's where we lose people in the LGBT community, because they don't see the side that you're viewing it from.
You can never be redeemed or something.
Yeah.
That's not true.
And
Right.
even my family, it was like speaking to a wall. I was horrible to them. Horrible.
So
I like that.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I think the church has an issue with this. We're causing part of the problem. I'm not saying all the problem, but I think we don't always do the best job of just, love the person, don't love the sin, right? If someone is gay and they're coming to our church and stuff, what are we going to do? Tell them, oh, you can't be here, right? And unfortunately, some churches will do that, though. If you're gay or something else, or if you're dealing with a problem like that, they're going to tell them to turn the other way. And it's no, this is the place that can actually help them, and I know for my parents, for instance, obviously, my parents are both working in a church and all that. I couldn't imagine if one day I was just I come home and it's just oh, I'm gay, by the way. I feel like
No. We both know your dad be like, yeah, I saw it coming.
but I don't know. I just think I don't know how they would take it, to be honest with you, though.
No, that's true.
I mean, from my own experience, yes, I've had a lot of people from the church that have disappointed me, but there's been plenty more that have done right by me, and that those words that they spoke to me, I will tell you one thing. I'm gonna try not to cry over this. The thing that saved me was letters for my nieces and nephew. They sent me letters. They didn't even know what the hell was going on with me, and they just kept asking my sister if they could send me letters upon letters, and I have 5 of them. So I got 5 letters like every month, and it would be like, "We love you. Please come back to God. God loves you." Whatever. This, and that. I ended up saving them in this like box, and I was at my lowest point, and I was going through some stuff, and I found that box, and I read one of them, and it completely just broke me. So then it had been 5 years since I prayed to God, even thought about him, prayed then and there, and then that's when all the steps happened to get out of it. It was a lot of steps, but it started, and it's the hardest walk of life. I will have to tell you that. It's not easy, but if you know somebody who's going through the same thing, you should be super proud of them, because it is not easy to turn away from that and then keep focusing on God and failing, and then continuously trying.
Yeah.
Because I feel like all the time, but not like that, but
I know
in everything, you have to change your whole personality, your whole being, and well, you don't change it. God does. I have to say that. Sorry. Go ahead. I don't mean to take over the conversation, but
thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing. That was awesome.
Seriously.
Really brave to be able to say that.
I do have something to say.
Yeah.
A lot of people come at it from the wrong angle in the church. It's not your fault you're the way you are, because the enemy gets you young.
Yep.
He knows where to hit us when we're the most vulnerable, and like the child stuff we talked about before. And he gets us as young as he can and puts those seeds in there, and then we're confused because we're young.
Yep.
Because Maddie, we have our own issues, and we've had similar, not quite to the same level, but we've been down that path, and we had to overcome it only through God.
That's the only way.
It is.
Yeah. And I also think with some people who's like they're dealing with this, they're going through this, or it's like you have to feel like some of them feel like there's no hope for them. There's no like redemption for them. Like they can't possibly get out of that. And I think we as Christians need to be there and be like, hey, no, you can get out of this. You can be saved. Like it can get better, but you just need to turn back to God, and just.
He loves you. You just got to love him back.
Right. But it's like, this is the same thing. Like, it's almost like, obviously it's not quite the same, but it's like an alcohol addiction. It's like, and Satan will tempt you with alcohol or with this and with that, and everybody has those struggles, like some people might struggle with one thing, but not another. And one thing I did want to bring up really quick, because I had read this like a couple months ago. Porn. Watching porn is literally making you gay. The more porn you watch, if you have a porn addiction.
Okay, actually, I can actually explain this one. Yeah. This is actually a psychological thing.
Yeah.
So straight men that watch porn do not actually get off as much. Who watch lesbian porn do not get off as much as if they watch straight porn, because they like watching the men having sex. They're mentally putting themselves into it, but don't realize over time that they're only watching the men.
That's kind of gay.
And that's true, and that's why.
I'm sorry, Chris. Jeez.
But also, read something up though that porn literally does destroy your brain.
Oh, it does.
Like pretty much like actually at the same levels of cocaine because it burns out
the dopamine.
Right.
And then people move on to the next thing, and then a new fetish, and then this, and then suddenly they're into kids.
And so, and I was thinking about with
I don't know.
I think it was like Jeffrey Dahmer or someone who like mentioned that he had a porn addiction, and he said like it started off kind of normal, and then he would get into like worse and worse stuff, like watching more intense stuff, you know. And what that does to your brain is insane. And now all of a sudden, now you're watching this stuff, and then I mean, imagine being a kid nowadays, right? And you have drag shows, and you have, I mean,
full access to porn.
Complete full access.
Even just accidental access.
True,
I mean,
it changes
You
your
look up
brain
something and then all of a
immediately.
sudden it's like,
right. I mean, you know, simply just scrolling TikToks on mom's phone, and then there's a chick shaking her ass. You know?
There's even stuff in kids' movies.
Oh yeah.
It's pushing boundaries with that stuff, and it's just
It's very true, yeah.
It's like subliminal stuff too. It's like
A lot of kids' movies, they're trying to like subliminal.
It's not even subliminal anymore.
It really is.
It's
Can you say that 10
completely
times?
over.
I could not say it. But no, they're they're very blatant with it nowadays.
Yeah.
For sure. It's kind of insane. And so you take all this stuff, and now all of a sudden, it's normalized. And that's what they want.
Well, because it started with horror movies.
Did it?
Yes. Horror movies slowly desensitized people. Then they started adding more and more sex into horror movies, and then they started adding more and more sex into into action movies, and then slowly added it into comedies, and then they slowly added it. They started it with horror movies, though, because it's the part of your brain that knows fear is more susceptible to subliminal messages. That's why subliminal messages are usually in horror movies or in horror type things. It's easier to brainwash someone while they're afraid than it is someone who is lucid.
Also, adding to that, the part where the fear is in your brain, the amygdala, it's also where like passion is as well. So it's kind of crazy seeing how like much sense that makes as a direct link.
Yeah.
Man.
If you want a direct example of movies changing over time, look up the original Nightmare on Elm Street, and then look at the more recent one.
Yeah, like all what was considered scary or you know stuff at the time.
just like weird stuff in horror movies. It's like what?
This is also part of the of that. Child molesters. It's been because they've interviewed child molesters and child rapists or whatever. They're one of their plans of attack if they're going after like their children. They would have them watch horror movies to get them more susceptible, desensitized to messed up things. So they would start introducing other things, and it would slowly train them and groom them to be the way they wanted them to be. So they were more accepting of what they were doing. Yeah,
That's kind of messed up.
it is extremely messed up.
Nowadays we have so many games and shows that are like horror and kids are so into it. I'm like, man, this would scare me so
Oh, I
much.
know.
Age, like, it already scared me now.
Five Nights at Freddy's, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Dude, why do you think everybody wanted to fuck Toy Chica?
Bro.
from Five Nights at Freddy's 2?
I just watched the 5 Nights at Freddy's 2 movie with my dad today. I'm not gonna lie, it like sucked. It was such a garbage movie.
I went to stay with a bunch of those guys, and I couldn't tell you a story at all.
Bro, I just saw Toy Chica today, bro.
Wait.
She's a chicken.
Oh man, my search history is gonna be weird.
Oh no.
Stuff the
Hey,
chicken.
kid, careful.
so. Is that from the?
This is the Five Nights at Freddy's.
Bro, do not stop the chicken.
Bro, that's what this says. All right.
Show the picture. Show the picture.
I don't know what.
Look at her.
I mean,
Oh boy.
so my search history is cooked now.
Oh no.
I'll start getting ads for, costumes and stuff.
It's like Toy Chica, and then I typed in gay. I was like, does porn make you gay?
Our FBI agent was
This is so bad. Oh my gosh.
Actually, spy is questioning your decisions.
Delete your search history because your dad needs to
Oh my gosh. I'm so embarrassed right now.
No, you gotta search that up on your dad's phone.
That's crazy. Oh man.
Subject change.
No.
Subject change.
Can't
Alright.
get into it. Be like,
We got a little bit more to do.
I feel so.
Oh.
Chat, so
Okay. Let's go to the celibacy question. Because we're going to hear another objection here. So you're telling me gay people can never experience love or intimacy? That's psychologically harmful and cruel. So this is again saying, I'm gay, but now I'm not ever allowed to experience love, true love. And that's terrible. Because everyone deserves to experience love, For sure. I think, I remember my dad telling me one time, we had this friend who, it was like a long time ago, it was like 10 years ago, and he was straight for the longest time. And then all of a sudden he was like 16 or 17, and we found out he was gay. He just like turned and he was gay. And my dad theorized that it was like, he's like, maybe it's because, he was getting rejected by women, and, he's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna turn him on. And maybe he found someone that actually loved him. And like, love is such a powerful thing to where it's like, if someone loves you, like, you feel it, like, and you want to do anything for them. So maybe if you weren't initially gay, someone showing you that love is just like, wow, I've never experienced that before.
they mistake the feeling of love with intimacy.
Yep.
That's because that when they interview people for like teachers that sleep with their students, that's what that is actually what happens.
Bro, I know someone like this.
Because they would get rejected by all the actual girls their age, but then the teacher would be like, "Hey, I really like you. You're so smart. You're so caring," and then they take advantage of them.
Yeah.
Tell them everything they want to hear.
Yeah.
And some people want that, especially like, I don't know, like when you're in your teen years, like the middle and high school years, it's just like you want to be accepted so bad. I remember for me, it was like, you gotta be cool or you gotta be this or that, and everyone wants that at that age, I feel like, and you're willing to get attention from anybody. So that's just me at least, but
That doesn't surprise me.
But what would you say to that? If someone was like, if someone came up to you and they're like, man, I'm trying, but I'm a gay person and I don't think, like, I can never be straight. So how am I, it's messed up that I can never experience that love or intimacy,
Everyone assumes
Are you
something.
feeling loved or happy the way that you are right now?
Yeah.
I've had this conversation with some of my friends before.
Really?
I always end up saying something like, the feeling of wanting to be loved inherently is a beautiful and good thing. It's just like the way that it's brought upon you that could get like perverse. That it's not wrong to want to feel loved, and there's a lot of things that it's not even just like from the perspective of gay, like it says gay and straight, but like a lot of like romance in portrayed in media is very perverted. It's very based on intimacy and sex and not on what is actually built on love. So it's affecting both sides of the spectrum. Everyone wants to be loved, but do they really know what love means?
Yeah, that's so good. That's very true.
Yeah.
That was really good right there.
Should write a book.
Because, like, man, I think one of the things I've learned the most is what is true love, right? True love to me is a marriage going on for 30 plus years where they wake up every day and they might not be the most intimate in every minute. But guess what? They're doing that little thing to make their partner happy. They know what their partner wants, and they're gonna do it for them because they love them.
Even something so small, just like even if like you're waking up in a bad mood for like whatever reason, you're just waking up on the wrong side of the bed.
Yeah.
You wake up and you still make your partner like a cup of coffee.
I actually have a really good example.
Right.
Justin, I actually have a really good example of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, Freddie Mercury.
Oh, he was gay.
Yes, but his best friend was a woman, and he loved her more than anyone. He wanted to marry her.
Really?
Yes, but she wouldn't because he was gay. But not because of he was gay, but because she didn't think he should because it would be against who he is. She told him no. But he wanted
It's
to.
going against who he is technically then.
Yes, so but he loved her so much that like he left everything to her. Like when he died, he left everything to her. Like she got all the rights to all of his music, everything. But that's a prime example of you can love somebody even if you're not sleeping with them
Right.
or physically attached to them.
But I think the point is so right that several of you guys have made is like we confuse love with intimacy, right? And like you said, Chris, is like so many movies nowadays. It's like what do we see love as? It's like sleeping with the person.
What do you
You
do
know.
when you're 90 years old? Neither of you can even do
mean,
anything if you're still together. You gotta love each other somehow.
I do
Right?
try.
Look at him.
But those 90-year-olds are the ones most in love a lot of
Yeah,
times
that's what I'm saying.
because they've been together for so
Like a
long.
more deeper
And-
version of intimacy, like mental, emotional
Yeah.
intimacy.
That's just like a level that like I just don't think like for us at our age. I mean, like, well, I don't know. Some of you guys probably understand a little more. You're in relationships, but I don't know. I just think there's a big difference between that. Also, Paul, the Apostle Paul, was celibate, and he said it was a gift. In fact,
I actually agree with that.
there's a verse in the Bible where he tells us not to get married.
Very few people know this, but I was actually celibate for almost 10 years.
Really?
Yeah. Before I met her.
She's like, I'm special.
Yeah.
You said cute.
But No. If you guys ever came over to her house, you'd see all these stuffed animals. First time, man, she has a lot of stuffed animals.
Yeah.
She'll look at you and you'll be like, mine, I have like 2. I have a habit of buying really adorable stuffed animals.
They're so cute.
I started buying stuff animals. What do you mean?
Aww.
Yeah, and then I started wanting up you.
So you have a lot of stuffed animals?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Too.
You just don't sleep with them, right?
No, we
But no, we didn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Paul says, "For I would that all men were even as myself, but every man hath his proper gift of God, one after this manner, and another after that. I say therefore to the unmarried and widows, it is good for them if they abide even as I." So he's basically saying it's good.
Wait till marriage. Because he says the unmarried.
Yes.
As
He says it until marriage, but if you don't get married, that's okay.
That's okay.
You can be celibate without ever finding
I
marriage.
feel like
And
it
it's
strengthens your prayer too.
it really does. You feel closer to God when you're not
You feel
dealing
more
with
earthly when you're thinking about
Yeah.
earthly things.
Really does open up the mind.
And if you're having sexual issues, the best thing to do is to stop for a little while, pray, and separate yourself from those things, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
just so you can get a clear vision.
I kind of think this is another problem that the church has. Or like, I don't know, just like with Christians sometimes, it's like we think the end goal
There's
is
still
to
more.
get married and have kids. Because the Bible does
This is
say
the
that. You know, the
next
Bible does say like it's good for us to procreate, have offspring and all that. But like the thing we don't point out is like it's good if you're not married too. It's still good.
Yeah, because your purpose is elsewhere.
Yes.
My dad always said, he's a preacher, and he said that he believes marriage helps people with, if they struggle with sexual stuff. Like, it helps them to just hone down and, keep it with one person.
Yes.
But I don't know. I've always thought that is something good too about it, and that it helps people that need that kind of physical,
Yeah.
So awkward to talk about.
No, I know. I mean, most people
Try not to
want
say
that
sex.
stuff. Yeah, I know. That's all right. We've already talked about a lot. So, I guess the answer to this question here is, people who are gay, I don't know. We're here to help them. I think it's, I don't know. What's the answer here, guys?
What's the question?
I don't know.
I think we draw it back to the anti-LGBTQ thing, and we say that.
I got a question. What's the answer?
I'm so
What's the
embarrassed.
question?
No, I'm just. I've said so much wrong tonight, so I'm just. Please go ahead.
Well, you can just read the takeaways.
Yes, let's do that.
Yeah.
Talking it through. A positive vision. Oh wait. Right. Key takeaways. That was the
Oh,
Are we on this page
also-
already?
No, we usually skip those.
Oh, okay.
I just put them down for some reason.
I mean, I can also talk from some personal experience here too. This whole thing of like, is the Bible anti-LGBT? Because like I've even meditated on this, especially with like what I've experienced in life. I have watched my family be absolutely torn apart and taken over. I had a sister who became a lesbian, and I could tell that she was never happy. This book is not anti-you. This isn't anti-fun or anything like this. This is to teach restraint, to lead your life, to not constantly find that next high, to actually learn happiness within yourself.
Have accountability.
Exactly.
I tried to be supportive to her too.
And it's boiled down to where she eventually committed what in this Bible is described as the ultimate sin, where she fully dejected God.
She joined.
Like, she is a Satanist through and through.
And we don't want to say like that's just everybody who's ever had this experience.
And that
she
is
just
what
went
she
full on with
became.
it.
And I watched then my youngest sister
Who was a
go
devout
from
Christian.
being a very devout Christian who actually then all the way through high school ended up graduating, had plans to go to Bible college,
She kind of said this.
to actually want to work for the church, to where then she started then going, claiming an ally and things like that, and then she turned away. And now, I mean, you look at her and it is a night and day difference of what I have seen. I'm talking paper white makeup, the black streaks down the face, wearing fishnets, wearing those platform Doc Martens, spikes, covered herself in self-harm scars. I have watched Satan, through self-indulgence, rip my family apart.
So this is a lie that Satan tells all of us. And you bring up a really sad but good example. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
This is the great lie that Satan tells all of us. And it's not just with gay people. It can be with alcohol. It can be with porn addiction. It could be whatever it is in our lives where Satan tells us, just open yourself up, man. Just be free, It's okay.
God loves you anyways.
Yeah, because God loves you anyways. And then we tell this to other people too, like, it's okay that you're gay. It's okay that you have a problem. God loves you. And it's true. God does love you. You're right. But
He gives you free will for a reason. You have to learn to. He shows you the way. It's up to you to follow it.
Right. But like, I think it's interesting how the more that we as people was like, I'm going to reject the Bible and reject God because it's just too restrictive. I just want to be free, right? So you become free, and then
You're miserable.
and you're more unhappy. You're way more unhappy. And then all of a sudden you start struggling with all this other stuff too that you never even thought of. And it's like, how is this happening? Well, because you opened yourself up to that. You
We
know?
all have free will. We all have our story. But in the end, though, God wants us to live our lives, to live our stories, but still be happy.
Yeah. And it's not, I mean, I don't know. I just think everyone struggles with a different thing, you know. Our job isn't to put those people down or bash them, you know. We should still love them, but like also bring them back to what they need. They need the Bible, they need the church. And like if we don't live our lives with, like that's why it's like this is like our guide for life. If we don't follow this, if we don't have like how to live our lives, we're gonna totally fail. And I know that for sure. I know that speaking from experience, you know, because like I know the Bible, sure, but I don't always follow it, you know, and then I try to do things my own way. Yeah.
No matter how many times people tell you not to do it.
I know.
They need love.
Some things are
God
learned through
is love.
experience.
And I wasn't your parent, and you still didn't listen.
Oh, I told you. I was like, no. I'm not gonna listen to you, you know?
And it happened exactly like I told you it was going to happen.
Some things need to be experienced.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Jeez.
No, for real. I had to make my own mistakes. You know, I had to get through that. And then it was like, oh, so me being free and open and doing my own thing didn't work. You know, what a surprise.
People tell you, you're just trying to keep you from experiencing things. Okay, go experience it then.
Right. I mean, it's kind of like how. Oh, I'm sorry.
I just wanted to bring up something that, a testimony of somebody that I've seen on YouTube. Something that we haven't really discussed about. Her channel is From Craft to Christ. She practiced witchcraft and came to Christ. She has a really strong testimony because she also dealt with stuff that we've talked about and other deeper spiritual things. I got emotional watching it. She has 2 free books that you can download as well that talk about her testimony, but it is really good. I highly recommend watching a couple of her videos.
What's it called?
Craft to Christ.
Yeah.
Craft to Christ? Okay, I'll look that up for sure.
I gotta be at Valpo at 8, so.
Oh, man.
After.
Yeah, wait.
But last week of school, so
Are you in the Valpo College?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So this was a really, really good discussion.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome.
This was good. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to sit and listen to this sometime.
Whoa.
You should have those videos for next time.
What's that?
We should have them as videos for next time. We could watch one of the Craft to Christ videos.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we could. Yeah.
Real.
Alright.
We can do
I'll
it.
see you guys next Wednesday.
Chris, thank you so much.
Thank you. You as well.
I don't know if there's anything else we wanted to talk about. I think that was pretty much it, really.
I was gonna just say something from personal experience in my past. Like I've had issues with like body image and stuff, and I know that the people who are, this is not the same thing, but like
Yeah.
I was more like restricting eating and stuff. Well, I know the people who are wanting to be transgender, when they do those things to themselves, they always want to do more.
Yeah.
And
It's
it makes,
never enough.
that's kind of how it feels when you're like trying to change yourself. You like, oh, if I just
It's
do
like
this,
desperate.
if I get to this goal weight, if I do
Right.
this, I'll feel better.
And
But
they
it
think
never-
that they're building
you never-
themselves, but they are constantly
Destroying
ripping
themselves.
themselves apart more
And
and
it
more
makes me
as the
feel-
days go on.
bad in a way. Like how do we stop that kind of thing? I don't know. You know,
You kind of can't. I mean, you.
depends, I guess.
It depends on the person where they're at. Like anything, they have to come to Christ on their own and in their own way and their
Yeah.
own time. You know, you can be that person that plants the seed like that. We don't take it as seriously as as it really is, but planting seeds in people is one of the strongest things you can do as a
Sometimes
Christian.
you're scared too because you're like, I don't want to offend you.
No, yeah.
Because then that's
But you
It's
have
like,
to. Like, and not even to offend them, but
Yeah.
to say the right thing for them. You don't even have to like shove God in their face. Just be
Yeah,
like,
because you
No.
don't want to be the one that pushes them away.
Yeah.
And it's
you know,
like,
because
the Holy
that's
Spirit will
another-
speak through you.
because we have that culture war nowadays. It's just constantly like, if you're not with me, you're against me. And a lot of Christians also share that same
I don't
mentality.
want to deal
And
with
I
this.
want to
now.
say too, your sister is not truly gone. There's always hope for somebody, and
That's so
I've
true.
known plenty people who have been down that path and have come back. And you following Christ and you being in, His love will shine through in your family, and for all you know, one day that might help them. So don't lose hope. I put my family through that, and they thought I wouldn't come back, and I didn't even think I'd come back. But there was just something that clicked. It you get to a breaking point where you're like, all right, I have to decide now. Like, do I really disbelieve God and want to be this way, or do I change my ways because I know I'm gonna be miserable, but I'm gonna try not to be. So it's like, I don't know. It's hard to say
No,
truly what's in
absolutely.
someone's soul, but there's no way someone can be truly that far gone. If they choose to come back, He will
And we don't want to condemn
have
her.
open arms for her.
It's like
Open
just-
arms for her. Yeah.
We personally feel like we have to step back just because
Well,
of
yeah.
I did have to step back.
kind of
I
a strained
haven't
relationship with them.
I
so
haven't
it's-
talked to my family in probably over 6 years now. Just because, just the toxicity that I just saw leaking.
There's a lot.
It was
It's not
like,
just that.
right now, I need to just stay away for my soul's sake.
That's fair.
I get that. It's very difficult.
But at the end of the day, I think we just try to be the examples. We try to set the example for other people. But to your point, Devin, it's like at the end of the day, it's because we have free will. It's up to that person to make the decision. We can only do so much. We can only pray so much, or try to.
Honestly, even if you push someone away, whenever you push someone away, they bounce back. So even if you're the one that pushes them away, someone else is going to pull them in. So being the enemy to somebody isn't always a bad thing.
We don't want to be anyone's enemy, but like they're just,
In their eyes, you'll be the enemy.
yeah, that's how we.
And they
see
can
it.
make you stumble. And if they're
That's
making
what-
you
yeah.
stumble, then yes, you have to. You have no choice. But
Yeah, that's
my
true.
mom's family, her entire family is against Christianity. They don't believe in it. They mocked her whole life, and she married into my dad's family, which he grew up in a Christian family, and it was weird because in her funeral a year ago, they all they prayed with us. They did all these things that they wouldn't normally do, and they started talking about God more, and they talked about the sermon. So just anything can happen. Anything can happen whenever,
You're absolutely right.
as long as you stay strong.
Yeah.
But I feel for you, and I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's. Thank you, though.
Bringing up too much.
Okay.
No.
I love it when people talk about more raw stuff. It's better. It's almost more
honestly.
filling.
Yeah.
Filling. I can't speak, but it's more filling than even talking about not necessarily the Bible's not filling, but
Yeah.
I think these things strengthen us as Christians, and even getting to know each other
It gives us more perspective on what it means.
and into each other.
Yeah.
It strengthens.
It shows us how it actually affects us,
Yeah.
opposed to just telling us a story.
Yeah, this was so good tonight with all of your stories and everything, and just that was just great. It's more than anything, because I don't know. We'll read these little things here and stuff, but it's not really going to impact you like a story from a friend would. Your friend going through a difficult time. It's that's the stuff that's going to stick with you. So, I don't know if we have anything else to talk about with this. If anyone wants to bring anything else up.
Well, I can tell you right now, every single person who identifies as LGBTQ knows it's wrong.
Really?
Completely. I believe truly in my heart. They might lie to themselves, but even I felt that way. And I've talked to people when I was on the cusp of like trying to understand myself, where I'm at, if I believe in God, all of this stuff. I was asking questions about everything. I got so in depth with it. I talked to my transgender friends. I talked to my gay friends, my straight friends, everybody, and pretty much every single one of them, when I would say, like, do you ever feel like despite everything that you feel like you're doing right, you're still going to go to hell for being gay? And they were like, yeah. Every time, every one of them. And I talked to 5 different friends. And I mean, it is 5 people, but still, I genuinely believe that deep down, we all know that we know the truth. It's in us. It is in us. It breathes in us. And there's no way that they can't.
There's some truth that it's like we can't explain it, but we're drawn to it, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like we kind of know what the right thing is. We know what the right thing is.
It's in our DNA.
What the wrong thing is. Yeah.
It's literally God is in our DNA. So obviously He's talking to us from the smallest part of us to the very biggest part of us. He's there, and He's always trying to get to
harshly too. Sometimes I'm very blunt.
Oh yeah.
Can't be.
Oh, we are blunt. Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I can come off the wrong way sometimes. Like,
that's fine.
I know.
and
But-
No.
I don't think it's like the homosexuality itself that is like this, ultimate evil. It's just it's like a gateway though, because then as you see what it does, there's lust, there's vanity, there's pride. I mean, it brings in one thing after
And
another.
then, because even the whole trans movement started going after the kids.
Well, and if you're born with it, why is it that you got to teach kids about it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they say that because they're trying to like say, oh, well, if somebody's young, and it's like, and they're already feeling that way that they need to learn about it, and it's like,
Well, it's because logic is out the window at that point.
Yeah.
When you start believing that stuff is okay,
Right.
you'll convince yourself of anything. And common sense is, let's say it's something that's real. A kid cannot decide if they even want to be a police officer or a firefighter at 5 years old. Do you think they're going to know what their gender is? Are you kidding me?
Oh my gosh.
It's ridiculous.
And
Absolutely ridiculous.
you have parents and teachers or whatever coming up to 5-year-olds or 6-year-olds, and it's like, are you gay?
Yeah.
What's your gender?
That's how you told
It's
me.
like what?
Bringing up these weird questions and then showing them these colorful flags. Kids are going to be attracted to that. I mean, they're seeing stripes of colors.
It's going to confuse them.
Right.
Yeah.
So they don't know what they're picking or pointing at.
Or
Yeah.
those schools that allow kids to bring a litter box so they can go pee.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh, God. Freaking weird.
Well,
when?
the whole furry thing and all that. And it
People
just,
are identifying as animals, and
Yes.
the schools are allowing it.
You can't just
Yes.
play pretend like the
Because
rest
they
of
don't
us.
want to offend anybody. That's where I'm
There is
over it.
that
I'll remember everybody.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's
You're sick. You're sick. You're sick. You're disgusting. You're gay. And I don't hate anybody.
exactly.
It really is. It's so frustrating.
I think people just take it like they like that it's being normalized because they feel so ostracized from everybody. And it's like everybody
Yeah.
deserves to feel like included in society, but you can't just say, oh, it's okay
I
to
can't hold your hand while I tell you yes.
Like, I have bipolar disorder, and if I don't take my medicine, I'm going to be a whole other person. So what, should we just normalize not taking medicine because that's just who I am? Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's that kind of thing for me. It's like...
all of this stuff though. So again, like I'm throwing like gay people or people who want to be animals or a different gender or this and that. It all comes back from a place of I want to be accepted. I want to feel love. I want to feel like I'm part of a group. And because they're not getting it in other places. Maybe I'm not saying that for every person, obviously, but it I definitely think for a lot of people it's like they want to be a different gender or they want to be this and that. It's like it's because they're not they feel ostracized. They feel like outcasts. They feel like they don't fit in. They're not a normal person, you know? And then you have this over here where it's like, you can join us, you know?
Right, because no matter what, no matter whether you're introvert or extrovert or ambivert, you know, we are social beings. You know, it's in
We
our
are.
nature.
And
You know, we need community.
I hated saying that for the longest time because I was always like an introvert growing up, and I was like, I don't need people. You know, I can do this on my
You
own.
are very
I still think that, by the way, sometimes.
Well, I
You
think
are not
everyone's
an
different,
introvert.
but you know,
But
I feel the same way.
yeah,
But to add to like what we were just talking about, there are a lot of videos on people who have transitioned and regret it, and they've stood up and like did interviews to talk about how the surgeries were absolutely backwards, regret everything that they did to their body, just all of it. Not even, you know, not just saying like that they hate that they transitioned, but just the surgery itself and how it was horrible for their body and that their body rejected it. So I think
you're very right. Caitlyn Jenner's talked about
I didn't know that, but
it. Caitlyn, he talked about it.
yeah. Oh, and that's
Wait, was that before or after the sex
So allowed
tape?
to ever say the real gender.
honestly, I mean, you know, if it really is that bad, like you really are gonna trigger somebody. Like, don't even bring gender into the picture because at this point, like, their soul matters more than their gender.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
you say their name or you say you, or if you have to, their real gender. But like, I don't know. That's always something that I feel like people get scared of too. And
Yeah.
I mean, this is nice to have. I've lost a lot of friends because of the life changes I've made. So talking to people around my age who are Christian is very refreshing. So thank you all for
Thank you for sharing your story.
this. And yeah, so just thank you.
Sorry if we have opinions.
No, thank you.
I'm so glad you're here. No, seriously. And
We're all trying to wrap up and go home. so-
we do gotta wrap up.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry to say,
No, it's okay.
but I want to do prayer requests.
Yeah, let's take this all over to Justin's house. Pastor wouldn't mind.
Come on down. Come on down. Bring the party over. All right, Alexis, what's your prayer request? I know you have one.
Physical health.
What does that mean?
I did a dome.
What does that mean?
Today I was roller skating downtown with Mark and Alan, the other Mark. And I tried to take his phone as a haha funny, and he was holding it too tight, and I was holding it too tight, and I caught my wheel of my rollerblades on the ground, and I flipped, and I landed full body weight on the tip of my hip bone.
Ooh.
It's painful. Yeah.
That's rough.
Anybody want to see a picture?
Sure.
I took progression pictures here.
Progression?
Yeah, like right after to this morning. So this was right after it happened, literally 5 minutes.
Already bruised.
Oh, it just keeps getting worse.
That was an hour later.
That was an hour.
That was like 4 hours later. And then that's this morning. I woke up and
Looks
I'm
like a galaxy.
I know.
Actually, it's kind of cool.
Nice change.
You should get that tattoo.
It's where it is.
Started on it.
Well, that's kind of crazy. All right.
Mental health.
Yes.
That's always one.
Mason.
For my trip tomorrow.
Yes. Big trip tomorrow. I hope you have a great time.
It's gonna be a long day.
Oh, boy.
We're gonna be we're heading out at like 7:15 in the evening. We're not gonna be landing. Well, we have to make a layover flight down to Los Angeles LAX at like 12 something in the morning, and then we have like maybe a 13-hour flight from LAX to Tokyo. So we'll be like,
So you're going to California and then flying to Tokyo?
Oh.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, you're going
What are
there.
you doing?
yeah.
Lucky.
What are you doing out there?
It's a cultural requirement thing for my college. They offer trips and stuff like that. So
Still sounds fun.
You talk
Yeah.
Japanese?
Huh?
Do you speak Japanese?
not good. But I tried practicing it and I stopped
Say,
doing
hi,
it.
hello, where's the bathroom?
Yeah, you just gotta know the important things, right?
Yeah, I'll be there for 2 weeks. So.
I applied for a new position at Dollar General, so
Ooh,
hopefully I can get it.
there we go.
WLS upstairs making books for you guys to pick. I'll also have to go down there at some point.
Oh,
I was getting paid for down there.
I'm writing down prayers for my interview.
There you go.
Where'd you apply?
I told
Dollar
them.
General.
Oh.
Yeah, because literally the HR girl today, she called me. She's like, "Yeah, Alexis was talking about you." I'm like, "Oh my god!" It's like her first day there. It's just like, "Yeah, Alexis, she kept talking about you." I'm like, "Really?" All right. Anyone else?
Yes, one more thing.
Of course.
I have a surgery coming up on the 28th.
Oh goodness.
Is it for your hip?
No, it's for my tonsils and my ends.
So are they like enlarged or something?
Yeah, we'll go with that. I don't know what the word is.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
They're doing a thing.
They're
It's
doing
not-
it. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, they're gonna
Okay.
laser them.
All right.
Yeah, it's so they're the ones that are up and back, like behind your nose, up in your throat, and in your tonsils.
Well, you'll eat a lot of ice cream.
I can't even have ice cream.
How dare
Right.
Yeah, but sometimes they're like lemony and pepper.
That burns.
Yeah, their flavors are like chemicals.
Oh, I don't know. Put an ice pack on it. Drink water.
Be all right.
Cold water.
There's other fruit.
All right, guys, we need to pray. Dear God, thank you so very much for today and for everyone that was here tonight, for the great discussion that we had, the laughter, and hopefully some stuff that we were able to learn and take away. But most importantly, just this fellowship that we've had together and just this time that we've had to meet some new people and just grow in you and grow in our faith. And I thank you so much for it. I want to pray for everyone in this room and for everyone that left and is not here. You'll just continue to watch over us and protect us and just watch over us for the rest of this week, God, with everything we have going on physically, mentally. Just keep us on the right path always, God, and help us because, we need a lot of help. But I want to thank you for all the blessings that you've given us, God. I want to pray for everything that we're struggling with right now, everything that we're dealing with in our lives, that you'll just give us peace throughout all of that and let us know that it's going to be okay. And just thank you again for this time that we had together, God. I want to pray for everyone leaving tonight and for the rest of their weeks. Thank you for today. I pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, guys, that was really good. Sorry.